I'm really pissed off and want to vent. I even cried reading the things she said. And I don't know what to do. I don't need any advice. I just want to vent. My father has been married to my stepmother for 5 years. He has been divorced from my mother since my younger brother was 2 years old. There is no beef between them, and they have a great co-parenting. I have a 17-year-old sister, a 16-year-old brother, and I'm 25. Then my father has a 3-year-old son with my stepmother. I found her Reddit account in a pretty random way. Since I'm only home on the weekends, I let her use my computer. She forgot to close her email. She doesn't post too much, but she comments too much. I was honestly going to close the email, but it caught my attention that all the replies were from an step-parents subreddit, so curiosity won me over. I know. It's not a good thing to do, and curiosity killed the cat. The first thing I saw was her last post, in which she detailed things about my life in a random Reddit sub, criticizing my decisions, and even lying to get people to support her. She has posts on that site talking about how happy she feels when my siblings are not at home. My sister adores her, but she has comments talking about how she can't wait for them to turn 18 and leave the house, because she just wants to share the house with her family, my father and her toddler. It seems that she doesn't see us as her family. She has a lot of comments answering other people that it's totally okay to not love your stepchildren, because they're not family, and it's okay not to consider them one. She has comments talking about how much it bothers her when my dad and brother have sleepovers. They just watch a series in the playroom, and then go to sleep, as she is tired of hearing the laughter of a teenager, and can't wait until we all leave the house, so my father can be with his real family. But what she hates the most is having to learn sign language for my little sister. It had always seemed strange to me that SM still struggles with sign language, but now I know that she never really put in the effort to learn. My sister always said that for many people sign language is very difficult, so I never said anything. But now I know that she always found stupid to learn how to communicate with my sister, when my sister always tried to help her. I was too surprised by the hatred she has when my father spends time with me and my sister. Her jealousy towards us is so obvious that it disgusts me, that there were so many people who told her how they feel the same way about their SDs. To the point of sexualizing things. My siblings are not problem children. They even love her very much. And what fills me with anger the most is that she is so false in front of us. Do you know the number of times I offered to babysit my stepbrother, so she and my dad can go on a date? All those times she refused to let me take care of him, but now I saw comments that she left about how I am living at my father's house, and I don't help her at all. Only for other people to respond saying that she should give my father an ultimatum to make me leave, because I'm too old to live with him and he has a new family. I cook my food, do my laundry, share a room with my sister. I help my father pay the bills while he doesn't. And only come home on the weekends, because I'm doing a police academy full week. I don't even care if I'm making too obvious who I am. It was my father who told me to move back with him, so that when I come back from the academy on Friday nights, it will be a shorter trip. She sexualizes my interactions with my father, saying that it is not normal for me to sleep a nap hugging him, and that I should know my place. He is my father. What the hell wrong with her? I'm so disgusted. Update. Hi. I decided to delete the post because for now I can't tell anyone what happened, because I'll basically be locked up in the academy until Friday morning. In fact, I shouldn't even be using my cell phone now. Someone with too much free time shared the situation in that sub of stepparents to warn my SM. I have screenshots of everything, including a video showing that it is her email and showing the comments. If she sees that post, what will she do? Delete the account. I already have the proofs, but I don't want my siblings to find out before I tell them, and I know that those types of posts usually end up in those TikToks that re-upload posts without permission, so I prefer to delete the post, so that it doesn't stand out even more. I'll tell my siblings don't use Reddit or that kind of content. I'm going to post again in that sub when I talk about everything with my family, so I hope Redditors know how to keep the secret of the post for now. I know they won't, ha. Being a stepmom is hard. Yes, one thing is feeling that you're having a hard time, and another totally different thing is making a post saying that you hate it when your stepdaughter is around her father, because you think she's going to FCK him TF. It is not the same to say being a step-parent is stressful than to say honestly learning SL is unnecessary BC. When the girl turns 18 I will not see her again. It is a waste of time since she can read lips. Also some people complained about me hugging my dad. I also take a nap hugging my mother or my siblings. I'm sorry for having a family that loves me and are not perverts who see a hug as something sexual. Woozy face. Probably next week I will be able to maybe give an update. The academy keeps me working almost all day. 3 days later. Hi. For now I'm going to post this little update here since I haven't spoken to my father yet. But I spoke with my siblings and mom. I told my dad that I was staying at a friend's house when I left the academy, but I actually went to my mom's house and told her everything. She doesn't even know what Reddit is. That site isn't used too much here. But I translated the comments and posts for her. I showed her the videos and my mom was furious. I explained to her that in the comments BM, it's Madre Biologica. I was confused about it too the first time I read that, also with SM. So my SM also made comments and posts complaining about my mother being that they have always had a cordial treatment. But still my SM was lying saying that my mother was troublesome. No one in the comments said anything. Everyone supported her, and they recommended that she should move far away with her legal family, far away from the problematic BM and kids. First we told my brother who was also upset, and said that she was a fake, but that he has seen her ignore my sister, and pretend that she does not see or hear her a lot of times. He explained that like me it also seems strange to him, that SM has not yet learned sign language. My siblings spend a lot of time at my father's house. Just like English or Spanish, sign language is much easier to learn if you live with someone who uses it every day. Therefore it is strange that SM doesn't use it. He said that even my father has offered to pay for her classes, but she says she doesn't have time. We asked him if he noticed any other behavior of that kind, and he said that SM doesn't let him take care of our younger brother, which she also does with me, but curiously she does let our sister take care of him, so I don't understand that. Other than that, she's never treated him badly or anything like that. At the time of telling my sister she was the most hurt, she cried especially because of SM's comments towards me calling me a whore. It's kind of ironic how the comments towards her affected me, and the comments towards me affect her, haha. Something that my sister noticed that I didn't is that almost all of SM's comments are criticizing me, my sister, and even my mother, but of my brother she has only criticized sleepovers, or when he comes back late from being with his friends. But she has criticized my and my sister clothes, made up things about my life, confessed that she hates it when we hug our father. She said we're too clingy, she talked badly about my mother, etc. My sister said it's sexist, and maybe she's got some mental problem. My sister said she always believed SM didn't really hear her, and she maybe wasn't speaking well and didn't understood her. I think that's the shittiest thing of all. My sister's greatest pride is being able to pronounce some words no matter how short they are, or if they sound like noise for some people. We understand her. But SM made her feel insecure every time she ignored her. I know that my sister always justified that by believing that it was her mistake, and that SM made an effort to learn, but it was simply more difficult for her. But now we know that no, she was never interested in learning. I'm getting mad again as I write this, sorry. My mother said she was going to talk to both of them, mainly because even though it's an anonymous site, SM's way of expressing herself is sick, and she's not going to let my siblings be around someone like that. Oh, but she's venting. Being a stepmom is lonely. I received comments like that. It's not the same to say, I feel lonely and I feel stressed, than to say my stepdaughter behaves like a slut, just because me and my minor sister uses a bikini for the pool. Her account is old. She's been leaving comments like that for years. With lies, with complaints we never heard before. It's just messed up. We arranged that we're going to tell our father all together, and show him everything. So we're probably going to tell him tomorrow, because I need to leave to the academy on Monday. My SM account is not deleted. It's crazy how she makes things up to get approval from strangers. At this point I don't even know if she's crazy or a mythomaniac. I would like to go back to her email since the password is saved, but I don't know if she will receive a notification of that, because this time I closed the account. 2 days later, we talked to my father over the weekend. For now he is staying at my mother's house. It is a complicated situation, since in the middle of everything is my half-sibling too. During the weekend I went to my father's house, and the first thing I did was tell my stepmom separately that I've seen her Reddit account, and I'm going to talk about it with my dad. She told me that I can't condemn her for something she uses as an intimate diary, but I told her that this is not a diary. It is a social network where she makes her problems and lies public. If someone other than me discovered her account, then what was going to happen? Were they going to believe all the things she invented? If her identity was revealed on that account by someone else, I would have too many problems, and could even be kicked out of the academy. Again, there's a big difference between saying I'm stressed and my stepdaughters behave like sluts around their father. I simply told her that my mother and sister also know it, and would come to talk about it too. She, for obvious reasons, just went to lock herself in her room, not wanting to talk with me. Once we talked to my father, I showed him most of the posts and comments. There were so many crazy comments, that I think it would take me too long to read them all because they were just so long too. She's that kind of people who comments the bio of their lives in the posts of other people. My father got angry. My SM never expressed having a single problem with us like that. The situation would be different if we knew what she thinks about us. My father went to look for my SM who refused to talk about it, and was mostly angry with me for violating her privacy. My father told her that she's insane for thinking that my sister and I sexually provoked him. That he can't believe the way she talks about my sister, and the happiness she expresses every time my sister goes to the hospital and is not home. How she expresses to be counting the days until my sibling stops going to the house forever. My father told her that she knew that he is a father, and that he would never leave us aside. She made her decision, and even so, instead of talking about her problems, she decided to create an account to play at being a victim. She said she needs a place to vent, but he told her that venting is not the same as telling lies. Venting is not the same as hating your stepdaughters and talking horrible things about them. And she could have spoken about it, and not just lie. They argued a lot, but it didn't get anywhere, because she kept defending herself, and my father only told her that it was over. My mother told my father that she is not going to let my sister and brother be around a woman who is clearly mentally unstable, because no normal person thinks like that. After arguing too much, and even trying to make SM understand that what she did is wrong, she just justified herself all the time. My father went with us and told her that he is going to come back, just to see my brother every day, but that he no longer trusts her, and never saw that side of her. She lied for so many years. Nothing really went as I expected. I think I at least hoped that she could apologize, but I think she doesn't even think that what she did is wrong. In her mind everything was totally justified because being a stepmother is difficult, but nothing justifies her being so cruel and poisonous. But yeah, that's what happened. I think it's hurtful to know that someone can hide that much darkness inside. I wasn't too close with her, but I liked her, to the point of sharing my clothes and things with her. So I also feel sad about it, mostly for my dad. 1 month later. Hello. It's been a while, and I honestly forgot to make an update. Not many things have happened, but I just want to update for people who were worried. My younger brother has been visiting us. Our father still lives at my mother's house. Luckily my stepmom lets my dad bring him home some days of the week, and on weekends. I deleted her account weeks ago. She didn't told me anything about it, or if she saw any TikTok or post about this. Maybe now she's afraid to use Reddit, or something like that. I only deleted the posts, but there were too many comments, and I honestly didn't want to waste my time deleting them one by one. I'm not sure if comments are automatically deleted with the account as well. I'm not going to talk too much about her and my father's relationship, but she continues to deny that she did anything wrong, and has a very misogynistic way of thinking about women, and apparently she does not intend to change her way of thinking. It's too crazy how now we know her dark side, but at the same time she's still her with my little brother, and even my father. My father is separated from her for now, because he doesn't have money to pay for the divorce. She said that if they come back together, she will not let me enter her house, after what I did, so my father decided to stop trying with her. I have no idea what legal arrangement they have on the house, or what will happen when they divorce, But I guess my father is going to leave the house to her, and he's going to find another place to rent in order for my younger brother to suffer as little stress as possible from a separation. For a toddler, moving is a lot of anxiety, so it's better for him to stay comfortable in his place. I wouldn't have any problem with that, and neither would my siblings. I prefer my brother to have a home and suffer as little as possible from the separation. So yes, that has happened. I'm surprised that a month has passed. I feel like it's been 7 years, but these kinds of serious processes last months, so nothing interesting or anything like that has happened. For now, I'm glad my little brother can be with us. 1.5 months later. Hello, it's been a while since I last posted here. I just wanted to give one last update before leaving this for a few months, since things like divorces take a lot of time and long processes. Much more so when minors are involved. If my father and SM agree on everything, the divorce process can be finished in 3 months. But if not, it can last up to a year. It all depends on them. This will probably be a pretty boring update, but I want to reassure people who are worried about me and my siblings. My father has the screenshots of everything, even the video of me entering her stepmom account from her email on my computer. I don't think it will do much good during divorce since internet laws are a gray area here, but it's always better for him to have that just in case. Needless to say, SM will be in maybe 3 months. If everything goes well. Officially only my little brother's mother, and no more my SM. Luckily, she lets my little brother come to my mother's house and spend time with my father, and us as always. He comes almost every day of the week. My father is going to leave the house to her, so like that the divorce will be the least stressful for my brother. At one point my father wanted to ask her to let me stay there on the weekends when I come back from the academy, but I told him not to do that. Honestly, I'm afraid to wake up and find her on the end of the bed looking at me like misery. I don't want to share a house with her at all. The only and last time I had a conversation with SM again, I asked her if she wasn't ashamed of anything, and she totally ignored me. I think the most affected by this was my sister, who feels she has suffered discrimination from our stepmother, and I honestly believe her. My sister has told us about some situations that she let go of, but now realizes were micro-discriminatory behaviors against her. Although they were not things like making fun of her in front of her face, there are microaggressions that we often decide to ignore, but they are done with malice. For example, my brother said that SM once said that my father's sons salen bien del horno. At the time he took it as a random comment. Maybe we are overthinking, but now he thinks it was something with double intention towards me and my sister, like saying that we didn't come out well. Again, things we like to ignore and think nah, it was just a random comment. She has never apologized. She has the kind of mentality that the husband is only the wife's man, and the partner comes before the children, which in my opinion is bullshit because she's only jealous of me and my sister. Imagine being jealous of your husband's daughters? SM strongly believes that she didn't do anything wrong except not to have written that in a secret diary. At least she now admits that. Maybe in 10 years she will realize everything else. My father, for obvious reasons, has gotten tired of trying to talk to her in a mature way, so they are going to divorce, and I guess she expected it, because she didn't make any fuss nor anything like that. Divorces are a long and expensive process. So for now my parents, and SM too, at least she's a good mother to her own son, are focusing in not letting my younger brother feel those chaotic vibes, and my parents are taking care to not let my sister feel too bad neither. They will go for joint custody since my father could not take care of my little brother 24/7 because of his work, and anyway they would not give him to him, since he does not have a house, or all the things that the courts ask for. I think the least affected by all this is my other brother, who is in dad, she's a bitch. Just find another girlfriend mode. But I guess that's how teenagers are. Woozy face. Anyway, there were people who found some of the posts, or even comments which surprised me, lol. I've also been getting harassment from people from that sub, but know that I've already deleted the account. Congratulations for those who found the account.